Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Real Talk. I'm Kay. I'm a trainer here at RMLS.
And my name is Misty, and I'm also a trainer here at RMLS. And today, Kay and I are going to answer some of your questions in regard to the NAR settlement and how it affects RMLS and you, our subscribers here.
Yes, like we said, we talked to a lot of subscribers. We are out there. And we know that there's lots of questions and confusion, so hopefully we can clear some of that up today.
Awesome. So also know that this is brand new territory for all of us. And some situations that we are seeing and hearing about are ones that we haven't seen before, right? And so that requires a little bit more time on our end to figure out some clear guidance, so that please know that we do appreciate your patience. And we are here today to talk about what we do know and what we can help with. So let's get started.
In the following section, our trainers discuss the recently announced requirement that no dollar amounts or percentages will be allowed in either the private or public remarks sections of RMLS listings. This requirement will go into effect as of October 28th, 2024.
Most of the questions that we are getting is mostly about what you can and cannot put in private remarks. So can we just go through a couple of things that they can and cannot say?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So first thing, can you say seller is offering a special buyer's incentive? Call listing agent for detail.
Yes, that would be fine. You can say that.
What about sellers will consider it a concession up to 2% of the purchase price?
So no, you cannot say that. That is a violation because we are attaching a number and a percentage to the word concession, and we cannot do that.
Okay. Can you say a 3,000 bonus or 4% back?
Again, that's again putting a number and a percentage in the private remarks, and we are not able to do that anymore. So we cannot talk about concessions or in regard to a number or a percentage. You can say, like we said, seller is offering buyer incentive. You can say that, but we cannot attach a number or a percent. So we can't say commission or compensation. Also know that if we start using other code words that we're trying to replace commission and compensation, we're not able to do that either. So know that that is something that will be a violation, and we'll have to pull that listing.
Okay, so concessions are allowed, but not compensation.
Correct. And again, with concession, we can't have a number or a percentage.
Okay. What about websites?
Okay, so you can have your website in the private remarks, but it can't be a clickable link. So, it could be www.kayshomes, right, .com, and then I would copy that and paste it into another tab so that it's not a clickable link.
Okay, so no hyperlinks.
Correct.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to buyer representative agreements. So RMLS requires this for all property types?
Yes, so all property types, NAR was just residential, but here at RMLS, it's for all property types.
All right, and why can't RMLS offer buyer agent agreement forms?
Okay, so we know that compensation cannot be discussed on the MLS, right? So we know also that buyer rep agreements talk about compensation. Mm-hmm. And so that's why RMLS cannot provide those forms for you. Additionally, we cannot advise you on what to put into those forms, right? So we can't provide the form. We cannot give you guidance on what goes into the form. Know that you could reach out to your PB and your firm, and they can assist you with those. And additionally, reach out to NAR. They have a lot of really good communication about what can and cannot be and what should and should not be in a buyer representation agreement.
Okay. All right. So that's why RMLS is not taking these buyer agent agreements, and we're not uploading them into our system because of that buyer's agent commission that is in those forms.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the role of RMLS is to ensure there is an agreement. So it is our role to make sure there is an agreement, but not to mandate the specifics of that agreement.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next question. What about open houses? How is RMLS and buyer agent agreements? How are we doing these open houses?
Okay, so for an open house, if you are hosting that open house, you're working for the seller, correct?
Yes.
So then you wouldn't need a buyer representation agreement because you're not representing the buyer, you're representing the seller.
Okay.
So know also, if that person comes to you during the open house and they're interested in this house, but also they'd like to see the house around the corner, that's when we need to implement that buyer representation agreement.
Okay.
Because you'll be working for the buyer.
All right. That makes sense, right? All right. Search changes on the RMLS web. Why? Why did we decide to implement those search changes?
Okay, so there were two things that had to change for that, right? So number one, we had to remove the ability to filter out seller agent name, email, phone number, broker code. So we cannot filter our listings in advanced search by those criteria anymore. The reason being is that we want to avoid steering. So perhaps a real life example that I think our subscribers used that feature to help you understand, maybe the why behind it is that, so I think our subscribers used it in a way that, let's say I have a client who wants a mid-century modern home, and I know that that is your specialty.
Okay.
So previously, in that advanced search, I would be able to search by your listings and all the other criteria that I'm looking for of fireplace, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, that kind of thing. Okay. Because I know that you have those mid-century modern properties, and I think it's just going to be a more effective way of searching, right? So that's how I think our subscribers were using that feature, but we can't do that anymore because we want to avoid steering, and so that's why we removed that ability.
Okay.
Additionally, when we talk about that, Kay, we have to think that this is changing the searching habits of perhaps office staff, right? Where they were looking for that information. And so, yes, they're going to have to do some copying and pasting and searching MLS numbers. So again, changing those searching habits, but I think, they essentially will be able to get the information that they're looking.
All right. Well, that concludes today's questions. Thank you so much for answering them for us.
Thanks for asking.
And I do want to just remind you guys that we are trainers. We are here to help you. So we offer one-on-one classes that if it doesn't work with your schedule, you can schedule with a trainer, and we can help you with any class that we offer here at RMLS. Okay. So don't ever feel like you're alone. We are here to help you.
Additionally, we offer here at the PDX office and Vancouver and other offices. You can reach out and find out if your favorite RMLS office is offering an open house. But on Fridays here at the PDX office from 10 to noon on Fridays, we have open house. So you will have often Kay and I here. And additionally, as a special offering, we have OREF. So we have two people from OREF here at open house on Fridays from 10 to noon to answer RMLS questions, any question you may have, whether it be NAR settlement or RMLS web, and to answer any questions you have with OREF and their forms, whether that again be with the NAR settlement or how those changes if it changed forms, right? Or any other question you have for them. So yeah, thank you so much. This was great.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.